This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
I'm returning Clinton Paris, and Tampa's my. I'm returning Clinton Paris, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Sugar Chateau Desserts is a specialty bakery located in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area. We will create delicious and one-of-a-kind treats for any occasion. Sugar Chateau is currently shipping cakes in a jar, offering a variety of different flavors in a single-serve container that can help you celebrate in accordance with social distancing. Place your orders today by calling 803-526-7895 or visiting sugarchateaudesserts.com.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Attention football fans.
What's happening? Y'all know what it is. Today is, turn my little light on. I'm looking a little dark. I don't want y'all to think I got no tan over the weekend. I didn't. It's the 23rd of July, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So y'all know what to do. I see I got one of my co-hosts in the waiting room just waiting on him. I'm gonna let him take another sip of his moonshine and he ain't off me none of so I ain't gonna be petty. But he getting the sign on. I'm just like, I don't even understand that. I don't get off of them. But, it's all right. I ain't going to be mad. Let me just go on and bring him on so get this show started. What up, man?
You a funny cat. What's up, brother, man?
What was you doing, Mo?
I was laughing at you, man.
What was you doing before you started laughing at me?
I can't remember. Man, I got short-term memory loss.
You were taking a sip.
I was what?
You were taking a sip or something?
Oh yeah. Oh, you saw that? Oh, the water.
Oh, water. Okay.
I see you
I'm
got
going with it. There. It was water.
just water, man. Just water. Yeah, I can't come out here lit like that. Nah, man.
Hey,
We gotta deal with you, man. I gotta keep you under control, man.
I'm just saying, I ain't never had a sip of water and then start smiling. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying you can't have the good water. I'm just saying the water I have.
It's purified, baby, straight from the brook, man. I'm telling
Okay.
you.
I believe, right? I believe.
Yeah.
So it's oh man, it ain't even the end of the month yet. We got one more Wednesday to go before we hit August. So it's like I said, it's the 23rd of July. Everything going smooth. I guess we might as well go on and jump on the hottest topic. Man. What up, Trav? Theo died. Damn, ain't that nothing?
Yeah.
So, I see now everybody want to remember him. He was a brother, he was a cousin, he was a this, he was a that. I don't think I ever met him, but I hear he was a good brother. And this is one of them things that, as we talk about all the different things that we should do, because even though the brother drowned, it wasn't like he couldn't swim. He got caught up in one of them tides and it pulled him. So I need for y'all to pay attention and start reading about this stuff. When you start swimming in real bodies of water, we ain't talking about a pool or a lake or a pond. We talking about when you start hitting the ocean and these seas, and you got to pay attention to what's going on, because them tides, they don't give a shit about your swimming skills,
or your pay grade,
right? Or your fame. By all accounts, he was a good swimmer, but when they hit him, because reading some of the reports, some people got him, but by the time they got him, it was too late. It's one of them things where, as I look at some of the people who are mourning him, it's one of them things that we talk about. When people are living, we don't give them their flowers. We wait till they're gone and start telling them how much we miss them, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it continues to be the norm.
On that note, let me jump in here and throw this random topic, because this is Random Topics with DVP, and this is Random Thoughts with DVP and Friends. You just changed the title on me.
Right, but I should have said co-host, because since they be drinking and don't offer me none.
Yeah. So on that topic, man, there's people not giving you flowers when you're alive. So here's a we can chop this up a little bit if you want, but here's a scenario. I had one of my uncles down south. He got a pretty big family down south, and it was one of them things where he was struggling, through life, and he needed care. So his daughter took him in, and actually they put him in a home. They put him in a home, so that they have the care, 24-hour care or whatever. And his daughter was like, "Listen, man, I think I can take better care of him, if he was with me." So she took him out the home, because she had the rights to him at being a closer living relative, not the sisters or anything like that. So she had the rights to him. So she took him out the home, took him to her place, took care of him for a while, and then he passed.
You come through my mic.
So the first thing everybody started doing was pointing fingers at her, saying, if you'd have left him in the home.
I said I got to practice with my classmates,
so they said if you would have left him in the home, he probably would still be alive. And ain't no telling, there's nobody can tell whether that's true or not, or whether that would have happened or not, or maybe it was just his time, but there was a lot of pointing and blaming, and it was just like, nobody really. And then all of a sudden, so now that he's passed, everybody's angry at each other.
Right.
And I'm thinking, man, that's, I guess I could understand it, but I just couldn't figure the whole thing out, man. And it's just like this is really not the time to be angry. Everybody should just come together. That was, she had the right, by law, she had the rights to him. That's his daughter. So, and she took care of him the best she could. And that's the way I kind of look at it. But, just the human nature of people.
Is it, but because I did a little time as a coroner, and I seen this happen, where people will blame a caretaker, even though nobody else wanted to take care of them. Everybody got something to say in hindsight about the care that they got. One of my good friends, his mom went through dementia, and they agreed that they would take care of him. And the nurses tried to say, you know, this ain't what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as y'all think it is. You know,
Right.
From the outside
Right.
looking in, people don't understand what around the clock care means. It truly does mean around the clock.
And the skill set you need to do that. You need a skill set. You can't just
Right.
You know,
it need to be something, because it will change. It will change your life in totality. And even when we got the best of intentions, that's one of the things that actually should be discussed way beforehand. What's the play for this? You know,
right.
I know we hear a ton of horror stories about nursing homes and senior citizen centers. But once you get on the inside, you hear a lot of horror stories about families who try to take care of it and families break down. You know, there was a guy, I can remember one of the cases I had where an estranged daughter, she made it with her dad just to get him out of a senior citizen home. And she brought him down here to live with him, and he passed. And everybody was pissed. You could have left him in Kentucky. You wasn't taking care of him. You weren't doing this. But when he was around family, nobody was going to see him.
Right.
So, you know, even though they didn't have a great relationship, at the end of the day, you know, she was like, he's still my dad. You know, I'm gonna do this. And everybody got something to say in absentia. You know, they weren't there to help do nothing. They weren't providing no money. Looking at his phone records, everybody had kept saying, "We coming down to see you soon. We coming to see you soon." But he'd been in Georgia probably 6-7 months. So it's like, you know, when it's soon, when you gonna come see him? Everybody keeps saying it. You know, we like to say the right things. We don't do them. And I don't know, do we make the responses out of guilt? Or do we make responses out of what I think it is? Everybody thought he had some money and thought she had it, and because she wouldn't tell him nothing. It's like, you know, that insurance thing is a big deal. And I know we've done a couple of shows on it. We're gonna have to probably do a couple more. That kind of stuff needs to be talked about, because as everybody worries about insurance, it's crazy. Because now people want to sit back and think money's involved, and that's when, you know, they want to come in after the fact. And in the meantime, who's caring about the sick one?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that stuff that's going on. And it's kind of insane. What were you trying to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, man. And I think one of the things a lot of people miss is the fact that, you know, the people we talking about is the sick and the older
Right.
folks, right? And so time is precious, man. That next week stuff, that might not come. You know what I'm saying? You got to take action immediately when you're dealing with this stuff. Ain't no I see you next week or this or that. You got to go immediately. So, you know, we live across the country from where my wife's mom lived. And, you know, I told her, I said, listen, anytime you want to go see your mom, we'll just pay for it. You just go.
Right.
And I'm so happy I made that decision, because that was the best thing I could do. You know, it costs, every time she go, it costs like $600-700, but it was the best thing I could do, because
you booked 17 yourself.
Finally passed, it was like, you know, kind of liberating to know that she was there. She had, you know, she was there to see her whenever she wanted to and spend time.
Right, because you can't beat the peace of mind, you know.
No.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize. And that's why I tell you, even if you can't make the physical visit, do a better job on the phone. You know, you got to get what you can take, because as you're saying, you know, even with your wife, I'm sure she wanted to be there more often, but you know, at some point life kick in. What's financially feasible? So you got to do something that's going to make your heart and your soul feel better. And short of moving her in with y'all, what else could she do?
Well. So that's the thing, DVP, and I'm sure you know what I'm about to say, but
that's too many years.
We did offer that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she got, you know, she's in her way. She had her house.
Right.
You know where everything is. It's her own domain. So she's like, no, I'm staying home. You know, and so that was just one of those things, you know.
And that's one thing, you know, you can't make them give up their independence. It's just not going to happen. Even when they know they dependent on somebody.
Right.
And that's one of the things. That's why, you know, the family has to have a talk. Somebody's got to be the leader, and that's just that. And unfortunately, most times the one who want to be the leader got the least amount of money and want the most expensive stuff. Like I said, it really ain't no different than with funerals. Everybody want this nice platinum casket with gold trim but when you ask them what they got on it, they're like, "Oh, ain't you got the insurance money?"
Yeah.
And it's like, this is one of those conversations that we got to start having more often. And, what up, Mark? Unfortunately, we can't even wait till people get old. This is one of them conversations that probably need to be held, unfortunately.
Yeah.
At least annually for everybody. Because as far as I know, ain't nobody got an envelope telling them, say, hey, you only got 72 more days, or hey, you got 48 more years. Don't nobody know.
Right.
And I laugh and jest, but everybody say, oh man, this came out of nowhere. Well, how many of them don't come out of nowhere?
It didn't come out of nowhere. Everybody's gonna die.
Right.
It didn't come out of nowhere.
Even when a person got a terminal illness, we don't know when, but we're born dying. So it's like, if we know this, why are we so unprepared for it? And we let it. And I get it can rock us to the core. But all of them can't rock you to your core.
I'm in Douglasville.
I had one guy, the guy I was telling you about, his doctor in Kentucky tried to tell me he was perfectly healthy. And, he got the family going at his daughter. Dude, the dude is 70-something years old. There's no perfectly healthy at 70-something. He's taking 12 medications. He's already in a nursing home.
Yeah.
There's no perfectly healthy. I'm in pretty good shape, but I'm 60. There's no perfectly healthy for me no more. So for you to say this to the family up in Kentucky to have them keep going up against this woman, oh, I'm demanding an autopsy. He's 70. Do you think? Do you really think that she killed him? I think she did something. Well, what evidence you have? Because you can get an autopsy. You just got to pay for it. Oh, no, I can demand that y'all do one. I don't know what the rule in Kentucky is, but they ain't the rule in Georgia.
If a team, all right.
So, if you got 10 grand, they'll do an autopsy. But it's crazy how a licensed physician wanted to argue with me. And he's sitting there and I said, dude, he was in your care and you were giving him medicine. So don't they tell you that he ain't healthy? He was in your care. He was obese. I can tell you this at face value. I mean, just looking at him, he's obese. He got high blood pressure. He got high cholesterol. So how does that relate to being healthy?
Right.
Yeah, but unfortunately, both of us down here, multitasking. So y'all can hear some background.
I can't believe we about to take calls in 4 days.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's insane. But like I say, it's one of them things that we don't talk enough about. I know people who've lost kids and they never had a plan for it, but that's just what it is. They lost kids. We don't want to get insurance for them because we think they're going to outlive us. But clearly, that hasn't happened. So what's the alternative? We're going to keep acting like things don't just happen? Because every day we see something. If you watch the news, you see something all the time. And then we get hit with forms of PTSD that last us that we never know about. Because again, we don't get taken care of. The whole survivor's remorse thing is there.
And I want to throw this out there too, because this part of it too. But it's more like family dynamics, I guess, and just how people kind of weird, man. Because what I'll tell you is, I know like we're not even like I've seen where people were not even really close to the person who passed. And they were the ones crying the most. They were the ones trying to. Oh yes, we have to be behind that. And it's just like, but when the person was alive, they nowhere to be found.
Right.
And it's just like that's insane, man. That's crazy. I don't even understand that. How like what? Maybe it's an attention kind of thing.
It's not regular news, right?
Well, they're trying to appease their guilt for not being there, and it's always easier to blame somebody else than to accept, accountability for you having been a missing relative. But when you go to funerals, that's who you see crying the most. It's crazy. Being a coroner was one of the craziest jobs I ever had, and I never thought it would have been so insane. But I can tell you crazy shit I seen. I went and got an elderly woman who had 3 kids, And when I'm trying to load the body in the truck, the daughter asked me, could she, get one last kiss? And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. She pulled out her phone, went Facebook Live, and was taking pictures and filming the whole thing.
What the? Come on, man. That's got to be against the law, man. Can you do that?
And I was just like, what? Even if it wasn't, why would you?
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
But that's how we are. And it's like, to me, it showed a sign of guilt that, why would you want to go Facebook Live with your dead mom? Oh, we're going to miss you, mom. You was the best ever. Really? You putting on this you ain't cried the whole time I've been here. You ain't shed no tear. Now all of a sudden, you did this and now you're gone. I was like, wow. What's up, Yolanda?
So I guess the people watching is supposed to be saying, "Oh, she's such a good daughter. She made it so special. When her mom had passed and she needed to do this. She's such a special daughter." That don't make any sense to me, man.
No.
I'm not the accolade dude. I need to do stuff while people's alive and can appreciate it. When you dead and you can't appreciate it, ain't much I can do. But I can feel bad. But I'm saying I'd rather do stuff when people are alive and can appreciate it.
But even if you don't, what happened to just respecting the dead?
Right. Yeah.
And fortunately, I only had like 3 or 4 people who wanted to take pictures and stuff, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, why?
Why do you want to take a picture with a dead person, not of a dead person, with the dead person?
And then DVP is like, because I'm thinking about it, right? I got pictures around the house, but they're of good times,
right?
So you got this picture of your dad or somebody in the casket or whatever. And so how do you integrate that in your life? How do you use that? Like when guests come over, you be like, "Yo, man, this is my dad, man. This is when he died.
That was his last moment."
I don't get it, man.
And Yolanda said, she worked at a nursing home, and families that don't show up always want to file lawsuits because everybody swear there was negligent care.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't get it twisted. We know there's some negligence, but at the end of the day, a lot of negligence is on the missing relative. You left them there. So if you don't show up, it's almost like your kids at school. If you don't show up for your kids at school, the teachers don't pay them a lot of attention. Once they know they got a problem parent who not a problem, what's a good word, an active parent, your kids don't get the same. But it's crazy how we do it. And anytime I see people posting pictures from funerals, I hate when people post pictures of them in the hospital. Pray for me, you got tubes and all. Really? So while you're in the hospital sick before you go to surgery, your last thought is let me go on Facebook and take pictures.
Right.
Not let me get better, not let me do this. Let me post this on Facebook to let people know how bad a shape I'm in. When did we become such attention-seeking whores? Because we live in a society of ASWs now. That people want attention for the craziest things. They want accolades for the craziest things. And I have good friends who have been to the hospital that we found out later, because they snuck in on one of them 2-3 day check-ins and they got out. But other than that, ain't nothing on social media about it. Ain't nothing nowhere else about it. When people find out, it's the intimate people. But like I said, when I was Facebooking a lot, social media a lot, I look and see people put the weirdest shit to celebrate or to announce. And it's like, man, that's insane that they really do this.
Yeah. And look, and then the other thing I see people that I personally know, their online persona makes it look like they jet setting. They got everything laid out. They got gold. They got fly car. They got, everybody in the family's happy, this or that. Man, I know you personally. I know you. I know your environment is a whole wreck. So, you know what I'm saying? That you can't fool me. You might be able to fool everybody else, but no, and that's like you said, an ASW, man. So
mine's right next to me, sitting next to me.
And it's like, what's the point? Because there are people that know but and it's like I said, I want to sit back and the brother did good work. The show for our generation, the show, the Cosby Show, it was different. Most of us watched it. You know, a lot of my generation, that's what we grew up on. We grew up on the Huxtables, the Bill Cosby Show. I think that was it. When did the actual name of it? The Bill Cosby Show?
Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show. So, you know, I get that, and we give praise, and, you know, and as an outsider, it's okay to get a praise. You know, I think the family wants that, but some of the stuff that we're doing is way too much. You know, just say, hey, you know, we love the brother, we appreciate the brother, we're gonna miss him, let that be there. All the extra stuff, is just totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like I say, you know, it's like, oh, this one hit hard, and I want to say, you know, I go through you know, it's a couple of them, you know, I go to their page. This one hit hard. Well, you ain't said nothing about him on your page in forever. So, what made this one so hard? I mean, what made it so hard? I mean, honestly, what made it so hard?
No,
and I want to go back to what you were saying about the show, you know, because there was a few things, like, you know, just the show he was on. There was a few things. And this is, you know, primarily associated with Bill Cosby. What you think about him today, withstanding, you know, I'm not talking about that. But the stuff that he made, you know, and the stuff that, mostly the stuff that, let's call him, you know, Malcolm Jamal Warner was on, it was liberating, and it circumvented stereotypes, you know. So you think about the Cosby Show, right?
You've given us permission to share, right?
And they were above middle class. You know what I'm saying? So everybody had knowledge. There was above middle class. The parents were there. Both parents were there. I mean, you know, it just, and so that right there, I think I watched the show. Part of the reason why I watched shows because I was like, I ain't never seen this before. You know, I don't come from this.
Right.
I come from single parent home. I come from people struggling. So I was able to. It was a fantasy show for me, you know, and it also was funny too, but you know, that liberation for me was, you know, valuable because it got me away from the real life I was living. So
it's in your it'll be in your regular email, but she don't need it.
And to me that was crazy because, like I say, I watched it, but to me it was more fantasy because in my world, let's see, my mom is a doctor, my dad is a lawyer,
there you go.
But I don't have a car.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just everybody making money, but you know so I'm like I get it, and I like the show. It was a nice getaway. It truly did fall under black shows. There were no white people upstage in them. There were no white people who were the leads. That was a good show. It showed you positivity. It showed it showed the father sitting down and talking to his son. It showed the father sitting down and talking to his daughters. It showed the same thing for the mom. See, so from that perspective, that is a black show that we should. Even today, we should hold to a higher standard and make other shows match that, as opposed to be, you know, when something happens, we talk about how good it used to be. Why don't we promote that show? Why don't we talk about bring out more shows like that? You know, again, I ain't got nothing with Tyler Perry and all them, but we don't have truly positive shows that show families working together, still having a couple of problems here or there, but they go through it and they work it out. You know, they talk, they disagree, they talk, because the kids didn't always get along. Nobody always got along. So, you know, but yeah, I seen more people post about his death, you know, but I didn't see these same people saying happy birthday when his birthday was passing. But it hit them so hard all of a sudden. And like I said, and I think a lot of them are ASWs because, you know, you start seeing people sharing the same post over and over and over again because they ain't doing their own research because it's not really personal. It's y'all jumping on the bandwagon. I mean, like I say, I saw the show. I didn't know all the other shows he was on. I seen the list of shows he was on. Some of them he starred in. Okay, you know, but and again, it's one of them things where I seen these same people lose a classmate and they won't put up this much stuff.
Yeah, that's what Mark was saying. And, you know, he said right here, posts about his death and won't tell people they personally know.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's true. It's like, how do you? I mean, but I think that's a psychological thing where the things like I don't know those people who might be in somebody's life, but this guy Theo, you know, this the Theo.
Right, take a deep breath.
Theo,
right.
Every time you see him, he brought happiness. He brought, promise. He brought something good into their life. So maybe it got something to do with that. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know, but I don't do that. That's BS right there. You know, I deal with the real people in real life.
And like I say, it's sad.
We do all of that.
It's sad how much we revere our idols, but we ignore who's right next to us, who may need us, and
right.
And I just don't get it. But like I said, it's like I said, we talk about it.
I got it.
We do so much for people who got so much, but the people who ain't got much, we won't spend the same time. We don't even spend the same amount of money with them. And that's just insanity. But we always talk about how the other races do it. Well, shit.
So you don't have to say motive here. Because
I'm confused because even on social media, I got friends of other races. They don't do the same. They don't do this when somebody white die. They go on with their life. I don't see. Who just died? Somebody just died. Ozzy Osbourne just died, I think.
Yeah, he did.
I don't see the white people doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with ring ring.
That's for the family. They keep that private.
That's like,
because I
don't know.
Schedule a ride for my trip.
What's our ASW mentality? But we can't take care of ourselves, and we see this. We see this a lot, and it's unexpected. Happened with DMX, but we still won't get insurance. We still won't get insurance. We'll see how people say, "Oh man, they died. They didn't have no insurance. They're doing a GoFundMe. They're doing this. Oh, we got to chip in and help."
Okay. First of all, Kia, stop. Yeah.
You think I'm finna send money to a dude that was a millionaire? And let me be honest, ladies and gentlemen.
Get down until you get to New Jersey.
I appreciate y'all for watching the show. I appreciate y'all for supporting the show. But please understand, I'm not supporting no GoFundMe. Not a one. Nope. Ever, never.
Now,
because
as a matter of fact,
I've done insurance shows. I know how much insurance don't cost. And most of y'all can get a BS insurance policy from your bank.
Okay. So
when you got a kid, most of them can jump on as a rider for less than $5 a month. So for you not to at least get that, if you get that, you're speaking into existence. I'm so tired of y'all just speaking into existence. I done talked about winning the lottery forever. It ain't never happened. So how does it speak into existence work? I know people who lost jobs that thought everything at work was great. They never talked about losing a job. So I need for y'all to stop coming up with excuses for stuff. Let's just be prepared.
DVP, I think that's a cop out for take action. Speaking into existence is the cop out for take action. Because the way things get done is you gotta take action. You gotta move something. You gotta do something. And so, just speaking into existence, that's probably step 0. I ain't gonna even label it number 1. That's step 0 is to just say, okay, this is what I want to do. And then there's a whole list of stuff you got to do after that.
Right. And and it's crazy. Hey, Mark, can you come on? So like Mark was coaching football, and and I said this, and it wasn't even a jest to me. We make kids go through certain things to play sports. Do we make sure that they all got life insurance policies? Because we always hear about kids dying in practice, kids dying on the field. Do we make sure that the parents got life insurance policies on them? Of course we don't. And it's to me, it's insane. Mark, I know you said you were a coach. What do y'all do to make sure the kids, other than getting, it's crazy, y'all they have to have insurance in case they get hurt. But what else is done?
And if you need to go back,
and it's like we continually ignore the obvious and hope for the best. But hoping for the best don't always work.
Okay, I think
Mark said he gonna get a GoFundMe for more speakers on his slingshot. Go ahead, put it up there, brother. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up on it. I got that for you. But it's crazy. I'm gonna send you a link right quick, Mark.
I'm sorry, my name is Morrison. My name is.
It's just insane to me how much effort we don't put forward to do this. But then when something happens,
my date of birth
no,
is,
we all sad now. Oh, I can't believe this. And like I said,
25th, 25.
I don't remember death ever requiring
64.
anybody ever telling death that you got a timeline, player.
Lemon.
I don't remember that.
Don Lemon is not my brother.
Man, speaking of that, this is a little off topic there, but I gotta say this because this is the coldest. Listen, DVP, I know you probably know what I'm about to say, or you heard something similar to it, but the coldest line that I heard when somebody about to get put to death. Who's yours? You got one of those? Because I got one, man.
Go ahead.
Timothy McVeigh, dude who blew up the federal building. This dude said they got ready to put a switch. He said, whether you a king or a street sweeper, we all got to dance with the Grim Reaper.
I remember that. Yeah,
it's cold, man. Wow, that's heavy. It's off topic, but it just came to me. Man. I had to mention that. That's raw right there, boy.
Yeah, but I say, I wish we could. If we lose a respected member of our society, I wish that we said something before they died. If we truly have icons who were transformative to us at any point, why is it only in death that we want to speak highly of them? And I'm gonna do a quick transition because we touched on this last week. So y'all know that y'all president released the files on the Kings. And in there's supposed to be some stuff about him having an affair. And people are upset about it. And I'm like, why? Y'all didn't get upset when they put it in the movie. It had no bearing on nothing. So why? Y'all know who he is, even though he told y'all, and I'm not going to turn this to a political show, but he told y'all that he was the best thing that happened to y'all since Abraham Lincoln, that he do more for blacks than anybody other than King. And y'all bought that album. Y'all voted for him, and y'all see he's dismantling every black legacy that he can.
So you got.
But here we go.
Trip date is.
Why aren't we uplifting our own people? Why aren't we promoting this? And again, there are way more people who did stuff than Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Thurgood Marshall. We could go on forever. But why we don't make Black history a daily event? Or let me say this, and I did it before. When I was on Facebook all the time, I start putting up daily stuff. Now I'm not on as much. I really don't. But for all you Black historians, for all you people who want to push Black love in this, why not? Why not put something up? What's going on, Mr. Hayes? Right, but Marcus, when Spike Lee discredited him in the movie, we didn't say nothing. So we started with the disrespect, and we gave them a pathway to it, because I don't understand what does it have to do with anything he's doing. I mean, Timothy McVeigh. Did we talk about any of his sexual deviances?
So you're supposed to shift.
Oh,
or I'm not sorry. Oh,
do we know what he did sexually? Do we know anything about him other than him bombing? Do we know? I mean, this is what we do to our own, and then we get mad when other people do it, and that's just insane. We don't show enough love. We don't show enough love to the living. We don't show enough respect to the dead. But we want everybody else to acquiesce to that and bow down. But this is what we should be doing.
But so look, on that note, just think about this. On that note, we got a president who has done all kind of some of the worst things you could think of. Yet somehow the conversation never gets traction on talking about his misdeeds. It's always it's like it's kind of just like even. He's always on an even playing field. Right? Right now, that's got so much ammunition on that cat. You should hear something about him every day, but you don't. It's weird. It's weird to me. You just don't.
But why? And yeah. I'm gonna give you something, because I thought about this, and it shows our misogyny. We heard the man say, "Grab him," Yes. We know he got the sexual convictions, but we as a race, we as a sex, black men, white men, Hispanic men, we chose to have a man who didn't care about women, didn't care about blacks, didn't care about minorities, versus the threat of having a woman lead us.
Yes.
To me, that was insanity.
Yeah.
But we would do anything to not be led by a woman. Even if we had that, even if we had to answer the devil himself, that's what we'd rather do. And it's like, with all the other stuff going on, they're like, yeah, they're gonna they want to impeach him.
Yeah.
Well, he's already the most impeached president. What you gonna do? Add to him? What you gonna do? He was impeached twice before and nothing happened. So what does impeachment really mean? What does it really mean? Imagine your wife being upset with you and she come home and pop you on your hand.
Can you tell her to just drive around?
What's that do? Is it change your behavior? No. Just pop on your hand. What's the point? But this is what we are allowing because we don't push back. And it's a distraction to this. It's a distraction.
Are you ready for it now?
And I hate that whole term. It's a distraction because most of the people I know can multitask.
973.
So we could do more than one something at a time. But in the logical portion, when we're dealing strictly with logic, and this was a really pretty relevant question the guy asked. Them releasing Epstein files is gonna do what for us? What's it gonna do? At the end of the day, them releasing the King file, most of us ain't gonna read it. What does it do? So why do we even get caught up with things that don't have a bearing on our life? There's no distraction. We take ourselves out of the picture by getting caught up with things that have nothing to do with nothing. But we won't talk about, we will not speak on losing Medicare, losing Medicaid, people who losing their insurance. That affects us directly, but we don't want to talk about that. We'd rather talk about something popular. That's the distraction, is it gets you to not focus on what's real. So I'm about to get put out my house because I don't have no money to pay rent, but I'm gonna fuss about these chocolate chip cookies that don't have enough chips in them that I got from McDonald's. That's the distraction. We do that to ourselves because people tell us to talk about something and we fall for it. So they don't have to do anything to us. We do it to ourselves because we talk about all this. And what did I start off the show talking about? One, a lot of us don't know how to swim. Two, even those that know how to swim don't understand tides and currents, so we can pay attention and be great swimmers. There's so many other things that we can take away from this. Again, love your people while they're here. Let's stop waiting until they're gone to love them. Love them while they're here. And once they're gone, ladies and gentlemen, when a friend loses somebody, when you know somebody who's going through a loss, I need for y'all to do two things for me. One, I need for y'all to quit asking what happened. That is the most insensitive thing I've ever heard. Well, what happened? Well, they died. Do you really want me to keep reliving this for everybody who want to know?
So, do shift tag.
And stop saying you know how they feel. If you're going to be a friend, be a friend.
All right, just go ahead and click on it.
Let them do their thing. If they want to talk, let them talk. If they don't want to talk, don't force them to talk. But don't keep asking them to relive the death for your benefit, because what difference does it make? What difference does it make how they die?
Now you asked me that question you just asked me.
What's the point? So, they had cancer. Oh man, that's too bad. So you mean dying wasn't too bad? Just the cancer was too bad? What you got there, Mo?
Oh no, I'm in full agreement on that. In fact, I was just translating that to like relationships, and I'm not being sexist on this, but like with women sometimes, just like because I got myself in trouble, man, asking, my wife just want to talk, right? Sometime, right? She just want to talk. Just get off my chest. I just want to talk, right? I'm sitting there like, okay, what she do? And when did she do it? And why didn't you do this and this and that, right? So I learned, I learned quick. I learned pretty quick, but I won't do that no more, man. That's crazy. So the point of what you're saying is, it's not the right time. to ask those questions. If you're gonna ask them at all, it's definitely not the right time.
So I need you to be ready by.
And that's one of the things we talked about when we talk about relationship. As men, we gotta quit being problem solvers. Sometimes we gotta know when to listen. So you gotta let your partner know, hey, when you just want to talk, say this word, and I'll just shut up and listen.
Right. That's that right there. That advice right there will save thousands of relationships. But
that's for nothing.
unless they talk to DVP or they read it in the book, they're not gonna know that because that's one of the things you got to get over experience. Because I know you didn't come out the gate with that. I know you didn't come out the gate with that.
No, you backstage where you what?
So
I think
you first want to know if that's the best.
You can't be backstage, Mark, because I'm looking. I can see the backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Did you look? Yes. Did you check your inbox for the new link I sent you? Don't go to an old link. The links change every show.
Yes.
I inboxed you a new one.
Yes, I can get.
Hold on. That's what happened to you, Mo?
Can you just hold up? Go back up.
Did you leave me, Mo?
I mean, I guess you don't really have to. You can. You do because you need to be in that space. So Shift Tab. Now Alt D.
Oh, there you go.
Now let me check to see if you're.
Okay, I see you now.
I'm trying to turn the camera off. I'll be right back.
All right, I got you. I'll just take you off.
No, I got it.
But yeah, we have to do a better job of taking care of each other. All right, I just sent it.
I don't. Before you get
it's going to end in 4Y6.
So the next one, if you need
all right, so as we're doing this, again, like I said, we have to do a better job of promoting our own, and we have to do a better job of being good to the living. We don't have to keep waiting to the last minute to reach out, and that's just something that we got to stop doing. What's going on, Mark?
Ain't that much, man. How you doing today?
I'm good, my brother. So, quick question for you, because I know you coach football. What do y'all? Only thing they got to have is health insurance to play football.
Yeah,
most sports.
Health insurance, yeah.
And so you was a coach, and it don't happen often, but every year we see somebody who dies in practice or die in a game. So it's insane to me that we don't require them to have life insurance because nobody ever thinks of a child dying, but damn, children die. They don't get immunity. It sucks, but they don't get immunity.
That's true, but they only want to make sure that they're covered during participation in the sport, which is basically health. So they had a health insurance, and the life insurance is basically on the parents.
And it's crazy because life insurance is cheaper.
Yeah, you'll think about it, but you don't. I guess we don't go deep into the family's life to be like, hey, do this kid have insurance? Or should they make it mandatory for all the kids to have life insurance to play?
Because it's something we don't want to think about.
Yeah, and when you talked about it, this is real. So we did have a kid pass while I was coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked and saw the GoFundMe like, oh, that's a nice GoFundMe. And I'm with you. I don't donate to GoFundMes. That kid had the nicest casket I have ever seen in my life.
And it's crazy.
This picture all over the casket. I'm like, oh man, that's a lot to throw in the dirt.
Yeah,
it's a lot to mortgage your life over. And I don't want to be morbid, but like I did a Hispanic family because they don't believe in, they don't want to do cremations.
Okay.
And I'm listening. They ain't got no money, but they want this nice show. So y'all willing to invest $20,000. Y'all don't want to ever see this again. Once y'all bury them, and if we're honest, and this is something I had to look at. My mom, she goes to visit her dad annually. Every year she goes see him. There are many people who go to a funeral, who go to a cemetery every year. Most people don't go after the third or fourth year. So you put $20,000 in this, and most people can't pay out $20,000 in 2-3 years. This sets you back financially. So as we talk about what the man do to us, we get in debt over to me, some of the crazy stuff. I just logically I can't see getting in debt over the dead. it's just got to be one of the craziest decisions ever made to mankind. You're getting in debt over the dead.
So let me say this. I agree 100%, but let me just say this. There's some things that you can't explain and you can't quantify. For example, you talk about spending a bunch of money on a funeral, right? To me, that don't really compute, don't really calculate. But I feel the same way with weddings. You know, two people come together, they go broke having a wedding. Now they got to start their life off struggling. You know, in a lot of cases, not all of them, but in a lot of cases. So those two things just don't make sense to me. You know, why we do that?
It's one thing that came to me and I understood it, but it don't make sense.
New Jersey.
Is that somebody passed away? They didn't have the money to bury them. And I'm like, set their ass on fire. It's cheaper. And what I was told was, although that is the best solution, they don't understand cremations.
They don't understand death either, though. So what's the point?
Stupidest thing I ever heard. So now you're going in debt to pay for something that person that obviously didn't care about.
Go ahead, Mark. Sorry, man.
And once they're gone, for me, I went to the funeral. I have no clue where they buried, so I would never go to their grave. For grave sites, for me, was I used to go. It was what I was taught to do. Oh, you go every year. You go for birthdays, holidays. And I used to do that shit. I was like, going over here making myself sad.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about the memories and missing you, and now I'm sad. I'm not finna put myself through that no more. So I stopped going. After you in the ground, it's over with. I can talk to you from my house.
And Mark, me and you can relate to this more than most others. But remember when Soul Patrol lost the guy when we went to Birmingham?
Yes.
Birmingham.
I guarantee. I'm willing to bet dimes of dollars. Ain't nobody from Soul Patrol been back to their graveside.
Probably not.
And more you don't know, but like Soul Patrol, they were probably as close as most any groups of people.
And family. Like family.
It was a family. They stay together. They do everything together. But we lost a guy going to a football game in a car wreck. We don't do nothing annually for him. We don't talk about it no more. So it's like, the family does stuff. It's the same thing we do. How do we get so caught up into paying our last respects to the dead means going broke? And even as y'all talking about the wedding, you look at wedding, which to me is the biggest scam going on in America. We're getting married. We're paying people to come see us getting married. That's the craziest shit ever. We are paying people to come see us because you got to get a plate for them. You got to get a venue for them, and they may bring you a $20 gift. But the plate of food when you get these other stuff is $35. So you're paying somebody. You're paying somebody to come celebrate you.
Yeah.
Now consider that, and it's crazy. We talk to our friends. We tell our kids don't buy friends. But what is a wedding? You're buying people. You're paying people. You're paying people to come see you. You're paying people. You rent out this expensive venue. What's going to be your return on investment? Memories? Yeah, whatever. What's your return? People, I want this lavish wedding. I want this. Okay. I looked it up. For the wedding, let's see. You need an efficient bride and groom. Oh, and 2 witnesses, I think. So you need these many people. So we're going to just say bride, groom, preacher, one relative from each side. That's it. You can do it for. You can get married. In reality, I forgot how much the paper costs. I want to say it's $50, but you can get married for less than $200.
And I'll tell you, man, if I invest in it's investing for me. If I invest in one of those weddings, and I know the dude, I'm in your business, man.
Yes.
I paid a lot of money. To make this happen. I'm in your business, man. You gotta do it together.
But here's the funny part. As much as we like living in the past and what what we used to do, ain't the bride's family supposed to pay for the wedding? Yeah. So for these women who want this big extravagant thing, they need to look in the mirror because that's old school.
I think we did.
That's the history of it.
Now, for me, and I look at it when I do get married,
which is gonna be soon. Do I need to come be a witness?
Now it won't be a formal ceremony, but I'm gonna probably go all out for the reception because I want people to come and celebrate and party with me for the memories, the experience, memories. So I'm looking forward to that part of it.
And that's good. But here's the thought process for those people who you want, because my mom and her friends, they laid this out to me in a good way. If you want nice gifts, you got to invite older people. If you want participation, you got to invite younger people. Because younger people ain't bringing good gifts. Old people giving good gifts. They giving you the good china. They giving you things that'll last. They give you things that will outlast the marriage. But what you want to do, like you're talking about, Mark, instead of asking gifts, ask for money. Go ahead, let them pay for that. Because why you want broke people coming to your wedding and eating free food? All they gotta do is,
we just pretending.
It's crazy. One of my friends asked me to be in his wedding. He was getting married, and he was getting married out of state. And at first, I wanted to do it. Good friend. He asked me. I'm impressed. But then I started looking at what he was asking me to do. I got to get a tux. That's $200. I got to go out of state. That's $400. I got to get a place to stay.
Oh man, come on, man.
Jeez. So to be a part of your wedding, I got to shell out almost $700. I'm gonna have to pass.
It depends on how close you are to the person.
It'll probably be about 15 minutes, so about 4:30.
You got to leave the state and go somewhere else. So, like when these people have these destination weddings, unless you can have a trip while you're there, that is insanity.
Yeah,
Mark, you want to get married, so you're going to Jamaica. I want to go to Jamaica. So if I can make Jamaica be my destination, I might be able to do it because I'm going to go there anyway. But then again, we're still talking about this expensive tuxedo.
I spent money going to a wedding in Mobile.
Okay, you can drive Mobile.
Nah, it don't matter. Tux,
it does matter. Mark, it's much cheaper to fill up a car twice than to get on the plane.
Hey, look, that's the truth. But them jokers ain't stay married 6 months. I want my money back.
I just told you that, Mark. I told you, man. I'm in your business, man. Listen, hey, look at when they get back from the honeymoon. How was the honeymoon? Y'all do okay? Yo, man, I'm checking up. I got monthly checkups, man. I'm checking up, making sure our investment is good.
Yeah, they married about 6 months. I want my money back.
No question.
Which again, as Mo was saying earlier, it makes it a bad return on your investment. You invested all this for that. I need to get married close where I can catch the bus. And I need to be able to wear my own suit. What's up, young fella? Oh, okay, look at that. See, now one of my sons just popped up. He won't talk to me because I'm pushing him to get married. I'm pushing him. I'm pushing it.
Why are you pushing it,
darling? Because I believe in it, especially if you're going to procreate. Because I know what the law says.
All right, so try to ask that again. Let's see what you say.
Baby mama has no rights. Wife has rights. Baby daddy has no rights. Husband has rights.
That's
so
true.
If you're going to be with somebody and you're going to procreate and you know this is what you want to do, go on and finish the process out. Oh, man, things happen. Yeah, things happen all the time. All the time. I hear you, young fella. We're going to talk. You just have to come up.
So my philosophy on that, DVP, I wrote something up one time. I forgot all the details, but I got a little bit of it. But the benefits, so it was like a balance sheet between the benefits and disadvantages of being married, right? In the end, it came out that it was more beneficial than not. And it wasn't based on, it was based on the fact that if I'd say men or males are left out here to their devices, they're going to kill themselves anyway. That's really what's going to come down to. You're going to do you're going to be doing wild stuff. You ain't going to have nothing, no protective hedges. You ain't going to have nobody to be responsible to. So guess what? I don't really care. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And whatever happens, happens. But when you got somebody who's dependent on you, that kind of changes your whole dynamic. You got to think about what you're ready to do. You're going to be a good husband, that is. You got to think about what you're ready to do. But you kind of got like a right? You got to think about, hey, I got to eat right. I got to take care of myself because I need to be around for let's say you have and some kids. I need to be around for them. You know what I mean? So it has its advantages on that side as well. So,
well, and like I say, it's we can always think about the worst. Hey, Emo Dollar, I'm glad you got something from the show. Thanks a lot. See, that's why hey, Emo Dollar got some good tips about business from us, and that's what we all about. So I appreciate you watching. Make sure you tell a friend, and y'all come on over. But we can't keep worrying about the negative things. Negative things gonna happen in life all the time. I mean, so are you spending more time worrying about that, or just enjoy yourself? You know, enjoy yourself. If you and your spouse ain't got but 6 good months, enjoy that. And if it don't work out, it just don't work out. But would you rather spend all the time worrying about what might go wrong or what might go right?
I mean, you don't need to be in situation.
Y'all might mess around and be together for 100 years.
That makes sense. And to go back to what you're saying,
no, it's not an element.
It's all in the mindset of what a person is going to do once they married or having somebody dependent on them. But it also, when it's your time to go, it's your time.
Right there.
Yeah.
You don't say, hold up, I can't leave right now because they dependent on me. But no matter what you're doing, you gonna go. You know, like I tell you this, and then let you talk, Libby. When I first wanted to get a motorcycle in 2008, and my mom and my brother taught me how to get my motorcycle. You gonna die. You gonna kill yourself.
Okay.
But if I'm gonna die, let me die happy.
That's facts.
So now that I got my motorcycle, I told you, yes, I go on my motorcycle. Just know I went happy.
Right.
I was doing what I love.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Even
that's
though
cool.
people depending on me, I got to go.
And
Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die.
Because they ain't playing spades up in heaven. What I heard, they playing bridge. So I ain't trying to go there. I ain't trying to go. But and the crazy part is, like I said, do it. You know, because you know one of my relatives got sick. They had a significant other. When they got sick, the significant other had no say so in anything, and she was hell bent against marriage because it's just a sheet of paper. It's only a sheet of paper for those that don't have any value system. Because when the shit hit the fan and somebody got to make decisions, only people that can make decisions for her was her parents. Her significant other couldn't say a word. They didn't care how he felt or nothing.
So you can even
and people don't understand this until something goes wrong. And this is why we have to do a better job, you know. And even like, you know, and my son know I harass him, but he know I mean well. If something happens and y'all don't have insurance, then to me, that's one of the most disrespectful things a black man can do. To have kids and not have life insurance, to have kids with a woman, and you ain't consider marrying her. You need to protect them. They become your investment. If you didn't like them, you shouldn't have had the kids. And if you claim that you love them, which we all do, then protect them. If something happens to you tomorrow, make sure that they're taken care of. That's the best parting shot you can give, is leaving them financially secure. They're gonna be sad.
Give me the clothing, but
as the other races say, if you're gonna be sad, why you got to be sad and broke?
No. I'm still holding on.
That to me is that's crazy.
But that's okay because it's your first time. You know,
Emo, I hope you got insurance for your business. So if something happens, who gets it? But yeah, but we gotta do better with all of that. Even with the marriages, have a plan. You know, have a plan. Get insurance on each other. Have a plan. If you want to have a big wedding, man, I ain't got no beef with it. Have a plan. Don't have a big wedding to go back to the projects. Don't have a big wedding to go back to worry about how you're gonna pay rent. That's when I got a problem with it. Because I want you to, as Mark said, I want you to be happy. If Mark can ride a motorcycle and still take care of the rest of his life, by all means.
Yeah, you sure will.
If you're gonna work, you should spoil yourself. You shouldn't work just to pay bills. But a lot of people put themselves in a position where that's all work is. What are you doing for yourself? One of the things that my mom taught me, you know, people will tie 10% to the church. But are you taking 10% of your check and putting in an account so you can have a fuck off account? So that you can do something for yourself that don't involve paying bills. That's something
come on,
just for you.
With your ADHD,
you know, when I wanted that PlayStation, I took out 25% till I had enough money to pay for that PlayStation because that's what I was working for. So why is it we're doing all these things, but we don't ever look to see what's the joy we're gonna get out of this?
You gotta share your screen.
And like I say, I don't knock people who have expensive weddings. I've been to two.
Did Corella DeVille work?
And I'm just thinking to myself, because this how it's bogus when they start talking about how much it costs. Man, we spent $60,000 on this. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. You spent $60,000 and y'all living in a 1-bedroom apartment. Y'all don't think y'all could have did something a little bit better with that money?
Okay.
And I get it. Oh, it's the memories. It's the memories. Okay. All y'all know married people, right? Both of y'all know married people?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to visit one of your married friends and they made you watch the video of them getting married?
I couldn't get through it anyway.
and shit, ask them when was the last time they watched that video. Because let's be honest. How often do we watch videos? Past videos. Not porn, Mark. Like video videos.
We don't.
Right.
We don't watch them. Right. I got a homeboy, and it's funny. His wife posted, he's the best thing that ever happened to her. After about 6 months of meeting, after $100,000 wedding, now I just read her posts every day to laugh at them. It's tragic. $100,000 on the wedding and then last 6 months. Yeah, you talking about. And just the other day she posted about pictures from the wedding, talking about the memories. Oh, I still remember. I don't regret nothing. I regret every damn thing about it.
But that's if they verified, if they
probably, I bet you it was something petty too that broke them up or something fixable. You know what I mean?
Both throwed off.
What was that?
They probably both throwed off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just think you post that much about they've been separated probably about 4 or 5 months now. And if every 2-3 days you post about him, it's something wrong with you.
But this is what I want y'all to pay attention to. We're gonna set this up. Y'all know, like at the end of the school year, all these people be posting these videos. I want you to ask some parents how many don't watch their videos years later. So you got this long video of your child walking down. Any of y'all ever seen y'all high school videos? Any of y'all marches? Any of y'all ever seen that video? Because y'all know somebody was filming. Somebody was filming.
They got a reel when you graduated DVP.
Listen, Mark, I'm 3.5 hours older than you. 3.5.
Well, they got a reel. It's in black and white.
See? And I wasn't gonna make no short people jokes today, but you know what I'm saying? People won't let me be nice when I'm trying. But it's crazy because I was just looking through my phone and I'm like, I got all these videos of my little kids. Some of these videos I ain't seen in 12 years. Why am I holding on to them? They cute in the moment, but what's the point of? Because we do this, and I got these. So yeah, when they graduate, and I don't even know what they do at graduation no more. Back in our day, your parents had an old picture they was going to embarrass you with in the yearbook that we never saw. Back when you were 5 or 6, on how they found that picture, how they kept it pristine. But the one picture they got for embarrassment, they can keep. But a lot of stuff that we video, it don't never take up space. Because I would bet that most people, the last video most people took that was of a G-rated nature, ain't been seen maybe once or twice after they took it, but probably ain't been seen in the past 5-6 years.
Well, I can say this about me. So with my Android, it sends me updates daily. It sends me updates daily about past events, pictures on this date, memories 4 years ago. And I do look at them. So 2 days ago, it sent me something with my grandbaby, with my granddaughter. You know what I mean? From when she was a baby up until the most recent picture we took. And I shared it with her. So I do look at it in that aspect.
That's cheating. You only did it because it's told you to go back. You didn't do it on your own. You forgot all about it. It's like Facebook, when Facebook pop up a memory. Those don't count, player. Those don't count. Yes. Don't cheat, Mark. Don't cheat.
But like I say, it do come up and I look at it like, oh, okay, I do remember this.
Yeah, because you got a general reminder. It's like a bill collector reminding you ain't paid the bill. You didn't remember that it was past due. They sent you a letter. It's like, oh, I forgot to pay it. That's cheating, Mark. What you got, Mark? I'm not even finna talk to Mark no more.
Yeah, well, it says we got Mark here, so this is what I'm
Can you see him, or do he need to lower his camera?
What was that?
Can you see him, or does he need to lower his camera?
Oh, no, I can see him. See him.
It's already on the floor, so he.
Oh, that's fine, man. I ain't got nothing to do with y'all. That's between y'all, man. But check this out. And this, Mark, I want your input on this because you work with teens and stuff. But so, and you too also DVP. But I was at this event the other day, and we were doing presentations to these teens, and most all the presentations were around their transition from as a teen going into adulthood. What kind of things they can expect, what kind of things they need to think of, what kind of things they need to do. And one of the presenters asked them, what are you doing right now, or what do you want to do? What's your future? What's your plans? What's your future thoughts? What you want to do? There was probably about 15 teens in the room. 10 of them said they want to play basketball. Man, inside I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, what the hell is this, man? Apparently we're talking about career, right? But 10 of them were saying they want to play basketball. So they obviously are not thinking about that future that everybody else had in mind. You think about what do you want to do in your future? Right now, they just all play basketball. So I wanted to ask you, Mark, you deal with I think you deal with the teens and you do coaching. Are all those teens set on having a professional football career, or do they got like other things that they want to do in life?
No. The large majority of them have things that they want to do in life. Those kids, what I see is, are the pretty good athletes in youth sports. So the parents and the coaches are living through them and got them thinking that it's either NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, or bust. Because at this point, let these parents tell it. My young king, he feel that now he's the man of the household. He got to get to the league to take care of his parents.
Oh God, man, cut all that out.
I promise you, that's what from what I see, that's what they instilling in them. And to the kids that are not those superstars and hyped up to be the best thing going, those are the kids that actually have ideas about doing other things. We had a kid when I was coaching, smart kid, very smart, great athlete too, but he decided to go to Miami of Ohio, and everybody asked me like, "You could have went there. Why that school?" He said, "That was my major." So he ain't looking to the NFL. He's looking to go where he can get an education and do what he wants to do. But these other kids, the parents got them thinking that. I've heard parents say and literally verbatim, out of all the things my son did for this program, the best y'all can do is a scholarship from Clark.
Wow.
That's so in her mind that he got to go to the next level. He got to take care of me for the rest of my life. This I'm gonna live through my child.
Okay. That was why I stopped coaching. Because they won't let it be that. They won't accept the reality. Your son is good at this level. He's the best on the block. He is the best on this block. But if we go 3 blocks down, he's 14th. But on this block, he's number 1. And they it's the coach's fault that he's not reaching his potential.
Okay.
So
he reached his potential 6 months ago. He ain't gonna get no better than this. He may be the best in your household with a bunch of retards, and it's like they put so much pressure on coaches.
Man, I did that one day. So I was curious, right, to see how good you really had to be in sports to get to the league, right? So what I did the mathematics on it. I did the numbers. I went and did some research and found out, how many players are in the league versus how many players in the country. I just did the United States, but it's probably numbers are probably worse because it's people outside the United States who made it. Right? But I just did the United States. One, we know who he is. One. But he's good though. He's real good. So I just did the United States, and I said I took the population of the United States, and I took the population of the league to figure out how good you have to be in order to make that league. And man, the number is staggering. So it might be some good to share that number with the parents and the teens and just say, look, man, if you even think you want to go this direction, you got to be like out of
1%.
One. I think
you got to be the top 1% of the 1%.
1% of the 1%. Yeah. I was going to say, yeah. And it's like what? 50 people, 50 players make the league. Somewhere around there, 50 to 100 make the league.
That's
out of all the players in the United States. And it's like, man, you better, have a second guess on what you need to do in life.
And that's
go ahead, sir.
That's one of the things. So I was blessed to coach under great coaches that put education first. So when you would go into the coach's office on the board, he had the different percentages by your GPA, what schools you can go to.
Oh.
With a 4.0, it might have been 96% of the schools. With a got 3.0, you may be able to get in this 80% of the schools.
But you have
and that was the thing to keep on the board.
Not G.
And the lower it got, that's what you need to think about. Your opportunities of going to school. Because it's only 1% gonna make it to the league.
Yeah, right.
Now, I played with a kid in high school. Round trip. Grew up with it. Never played little league sports. Got high school. He played football his senior year. When Arkansas Pine Bluff ended up going to play for the Patriots, that's rare. He was just blessed to have amazing size, passed the eye test, and did pretty well in college.
Yes,
but it's rare that you're gonna be that kid to go to the next level. We say it all the time. Last game of the season. This may be the last time a lot of you kids gonna play football again.
It's actually all B.
Because a lot of them
did it anyway, but if you're gonna do it,
then they probably had that same speech in college. This was your last game. But parents are starting to live with kids. They got to get to the next level, but this is how they're gonna make it out the ghetto, and it don't work like that.
Yeah, and I think this is my own philosophy on it, just because of stuff I've seen. But
no. Bloodline. I just want to call and say, see, there you go. For now, you want to be like, I know a lot to do with it. Don't do OG for a round trip because the drop off is not the way that you did OB. It would have all that information.
Archie Manning got two sons that went to.
And you only have to pick.
That's ridiculous. Y'all know that's ridiculous. The Sharps, two of them went to the NFL. I mean, that's absurd. So there's a lineage of genes that contribute to that. Them cats didn't just wake up one day and was like, I'm gonna practice hard, and make it to the league. No, man, it was other attributes that helped them do that, and that needs to be taken into account. When people are thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Because you verified.
You gotta get lucky. You gotta win the anatomy lottery.
And what a lot of people don't realize is skill is one something. Mindset is what gets you there. Because if you look at, I guarantee you, we can name some people that we grew up with that are better than some of the people we see now. But it takes a distinct mindset to accept being second or third best. It takes a distinct mindset to be a team player. As we watch some of these basketball games with all these, what was the white guy who could dribble his ass?
What? White chocolate. Jason Williams.
Yeah, but why wouldn't he somebody? He was flashy. He was one of the best ball handlers around ever. But you don't hear his name. He wasn't a good team player. If you can't grasp that concept, you got to be super elite to be selfish and not be a team player. Because at the end of the day, one person can't mess up the chemistry for everybody else. And people don't get that because, Mark can tell you can go from being the top on your team and we'll just use basketball.
Oh, yeah,
no matter. You want the ball all the time. But when you go from the high school to Alabama, where it's a recruiting machine, you might be the 12th best person on the team now. Alabama has had blue chippers who didn't start. So you're not even a blue chipper player, and now you moping. They're not going to put up with that.
No.
And it's a mentality that these parents don't get. You don't have nothing to fall back on. Yeah, it ain't going to be a whole lot of Sharps or Mannings or families that can play forever, never. So, of course, there are a lot of brother combination, cousin, all this stuff.
Who am I speaking with again?
But that still ain't rare. You're talking about the average football team. What is it? It's 49 players to a team now, and 6 on reserve or something like that. Well, you're talking about round numbers. You're talking about 60 people for 32 teams. That's it.
You ready, Chris?
That's it. So 1,800. If you look at the SEC, they probably got 5,000 players just in the SEC. So all of them, and it's 6-7 teams in the SEC. They go to 32 NFL teams. A lot of them ain't gonna make it. A lot of them, and we don't get that, and we don't prep for the next life. We don't prep for it in case we don't prep for that blown knee. Because we're so hell bent on. I heard somebody say, "Oh, if you got a plan B, that means you don't trust your plan A." Well, I don't know too many people who plan to blow their knee out. I don't know many people who plan to be hanging around their friends and they get locked up. And Allen Iverson was almost never heard of. If he didn't have a good coach, he would have never made it. Because one coach helping him out. Yes. If John Thompson wouldn't have stood up, Allen Iverson would have been a footnote. We would have never knew anything about him.
Never knew about him.
So, and sometimes it is just the way the ball bounces.
It is. One thing about it now with high school kids is that transfer portal is killing high school recruiting. Because a lot of coaches now, they want to get an experienced kid. They got years under their belt, and they're going in the transfer portal more than ever now. So when you ain't these kids that were typically getting recruited, they're not getting recruited now. So now you got to be the top of the top. You got to be the best of the best now to be recruited. I mean, to the Power Fives and the bigger schools.
And if you consider the transfer portal for what it is, if the transfer portal had always been around, I guarantee you we wouldn't even know who Tom Brady is.
Yeah. And
no, we would know about him because he still stayed at Michigan. He probably would have stayed there.
Right, but somebody else would have came because Michigan was still a powerhouse.
That is true.
So Tom would have got pushed back again. Because Tom didn't come in as a blue chipper, even though he was better than the guys in front of him. I think Drew Henson was never at Tom's level. Never, ever, when we're looking at pure ability. But Drew Henson was higher rated by the system. So yeah, if they had a transfer portal, they would have got somebody else in, another blue chipper to come play. And these are the things that, a lot of it is who you are, intestinal fortitude. Who is willing to work hard to be the best?
That's what it is.
And so I just throw this out there just because it happened. I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, I used to play basketball. It was mostly casual. I wasn't trying to make a career, but I got I don't know if I want to say lucky or unlucky. One day, and they had this guy who ended up going to pros. But before he went to pros, he was in my town. And we played a game of pickup, right? They called us into the gym. They said, "Hey, y'all come on in. We got, we got the dude name was Travis Best. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him."
Yeah.
Okay. Indiana. Yeah. So I'm making a point, right? So Travis Best was in the gym, and so we all go in the gym, and they say, "Yeah, we just gonna play some pickup. We just gonna run up. We just gonna run. So y'all just go ahead and run." So the coach was just looking to get this dude to work out, right? Man, let me just tell you this. This dude would have been like fifth string next to somebody like Jordan. But he ran up and down that court, made us all look like we were standing still. So it's like you got to be amazing, man, to even think about that direction. It was ridiculous, man. I never forget that because I'm looking for the rebound. He got the ball. He backed down the other court already. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. It's stupid.
And we said it, and we don't say it enough. Most people still don't accept the fact Jordan didn't start for his high school team. Jordan shouldn't have been Jordan.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because he when he first started, he wasn't that dude. Hard work. Jordan was not naturally gifted. Jordan worked at his craft, and most people don't get that. They think that natural ability will take you. It won't. It won't.
The Zoom and we will chat.
Like I say, even in our little league we were playing in, Soul Patrol didn't have the best players. They had the best team. Individually, you could pick some of them apart, but as a collective, there was no way to consistently beat them. Me and Mark, we come up there, we playing, we show up, we got 12, 15 people here. We might have 20. Soul Patrol got 50. They never get tired. They didn't have the best people. They could just keep going. We got tired. Mark playing both ways. I'm playing both ways. Soul Patrol ain't got nobody playing both ways. Ain't got nobody.
They would show up like that, but and it's good to have that depth. But you play to play. When I first got to playing flag football, don't get me wrong, I was a little young, 19-year-old, hot head.
That was like 45 years ago. You remember 19?
Yeah, I still remember 19.
I mean, not 19, like 19 a year.
I was 19. And I still remember Bell 45 minutes to get dressed because he got to put on 4 knee pads.
It was the hands. Tell your story, sir. Tell the story. It's the hands.
Hey, the story was DVP was so slow he covered it. He just got himself over because he was so slow.
Everybody ran by me.
By the time the DB got in his back pedal, they done left DVP. He just standing right there for a hitch open.
But see, you won't tell them about the 2 years I led the league in touchdowns. So don't go with that hitch thing. I was not running hitches. Hey, I seen many of y'all get pulled because somehow or another I got behind them and nobody could figure out how you get behind people. Like,
I ain't no DVP. You ain't ran past nobody. But I will say DVP had some exceptional hands. I will say that. Speed.
Don't knock me on the footwork, player. Don't knock me on the footwork.
Oh,
I went to the Edward Moses School of running. It's the footwork.
There wasn't no hurdles out there, man. What you talking about?
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all this little quick tip. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all got kids. Most people who run in 10 yards, it takes them 5 to 6 steps. It took me 3 because I'm taking longer steps. That's why people didn't know how fast I was, because I wasn't running fast. I was just taking bigger steps. So before they knew it, I was up on them and behind them because they were considering at 3 steps I should have been 5 yards, but at 3 steps I was 10 yards down, and that was the deception because I wasn't fast, but I made the most of my steps. So because remember, Edward Moses talked about how many steps it was between hurdles. He never changed that. Everybody else running fast, he's just running consistent all the time. He's taking the same amount of steps between every hurdle, no difference, no deviation. That was just my mindset. But anyway,
that makes good sense.
Yeah, I had to be smarter because I wasn't fast. My coach told me you got 3 speeds, son: slow, slower, and stop. That kind of hurt my feelings. But yeah, we got to do better about pushing the living and memorializing the dead without being so overly dramatic and being a teaching-seeking whores and talk about how hard somebody hit us. All the people who went in the morning when Prince died, y'all killing me. Y'all don't know shit about Prince. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to go to work. Dude, you was only listening to his fucking CDs. You can still play the CD.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you this. I went to Paisley Park for my birthday at the beginning of the month. I was an avid Prince fan. Just excited to go to Paisley Park. Well, I got so disappointed when I left.
Why were you disappointed?
One, the price. It was $80 to tour, but I only seen maybe 5% of the house. They only really showed you the studios. Couldn't take your phones in there, so they gave you your phones back at the end so you could take a few pictures. But what they showed you was like, it was nothing in depth to see Prince. I didn't learn. I learned 2 things. One thing I learned was
you weren't going back.
Yeah, but he started streaming his music in the early 2000s. That's why his music was on any platform. No YouTube, Spotify, Amazon. His music wasn't on any of those after he died because he was streaming his music and selling it to his fans. And he won 7 Grammys, but they only had 3 on display. Oh, wow. Other than that, everything else they showed us, I already knew about Prince. So it was like disappointing to go there and not learn anything about him. You didn't see how he lived. You didn't see any parts of the house, bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, nothing like that. Just basically the studios. You know, but nah, I don't think no celebrity death gonna make me wanna. What they say, this will mess the city up, but this one hit hard.
This one hit hard.
I can't take this. Nah, I'm gonna go to work next day. I'm gonna live my life right how I read. Damn, he died.
But when your brother died, your close friend died, you don't have none of that energy. It's like I don't care for it. But you know, what time is it? All right, we got it's 7:25. I'm gonna do this one. We're gonna change the subject. I was watching something about apologies, and I showed it before when Shannon Sharpe had apologized for something. People will apologize and apologize and apologize, but where's the change action? And at some point, you have to change the action. That's the best form of apology, because people say, I'm sorry, they don't know what they're sorry for. They'll say, I'm sorry, but they do it a lot of different ways. And I was watching something, and they were just talking about the art of apologizing. Just accept accountability and apologize. Don't put nothing else on nobody else. Even if you don't understand why, ask the people what you did. And let them be heartfelt and move on. Ask them how to get past something. You know, hey, I did this. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry I did, yada, yada, yada. what do we need to do now? Don't blame people for how they feel, because we don't know what's going on with them, whether they were having an emotional moment, whether you hit a trigger. Because once somebody had been triggered by something was doing, it was nothing major, but it kept bringing up the PTSD, and they had no clue. And I tell you about one time, when I was younger, I dated this girl. We had a pillow fight. I mean, everybody had pillow fights. Pillow fights to her were triggering. Never knew that. So it was something we had to cut out. That was, in my world, it was deemed to be fun, but in her world, it was deemed to be traumatic. So, wasn't my intent to traumatize her, but I still had to apologize. Even though it was something I didn't know, I can't blame her for not telling me, because it ain't like people want to just up and tell you what traumatizes them at first. And sometimes they just don't know until they go through it. But the apology process is it's actually pretty easy if we just accept it and empathize. We don't have to understand why we hurt somebody. It helps so that we don't repeat it. But once you make the statement, follow it up with some type of action. Then try to work around that. And that was something that a lot of people was like, well, I don't know why this upset her. I don't know why this upset him. Does it really matter why it upset you? Me and Mark can sit here and joke, but if he was sensitive about being called short, if Mark is my friend, I can't make no more short jokes. And I got to accept that. It don't matter that he really is short and he should get over it. If he's my friend and I don't want to hurt him, I can't make no more short jokes. It just is what it is. And, people say, oh, he got to get over it. Why should he have to get over with his friend? He got to take it from you, Mo, because you're not a friend. But if I'm his friend, and this is one of the things that when people are going through this process, they're not accepting, or they're not being empathetic with the person that they're hurting unintentionally. Oh, I was just joking. Okay, what does that mean? That doesn't decrease the hurt because they were joking. And I want Mark to get over it, but I'm never accepting accountability, so Mark can never get over it. And then I'm wondering why me and Mark don't hang out as much, because I don't care about Mark's feelings. And people don't understand where the divide comes from.
You just
oh man, I told him I was sorry. I told him I was just joking. But you really ain't changed your behavior. You really ain't had a sit down conversation with him so that y'all can reconnect. Because who amongst us can, in theory, be hit, and just because somebody say I'm sorry, y'all go back to where y'all are? There still needs to be a meeting of the minds of what happened. And during the apology phase, a lot of times this part is skipped, and this is where people don't reconnect, or they don't get past the unintended trauma that was given to them, because there's never a real conversation. And this is something that when you're learning to apologize, that we have to do both parties. And you have to make the offended party
get off that mouse
comfortable enough that they can tell you what you did without being judged or being told they're sensitive. You were just playing. Stop making them feel like they're guilty when you're the one who hurt them, even if it was unintentional. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'll just say this real quick, Mark. I had a hard time with that. Apologizing and all that stuff. I had to go through a process to get to a point where I could make it make sense. And that's one thing about me. If it doesn't make sense, I have a hard time doing it. So when I got to the point where it made sense was when I realized that recognizing somebody's hurt is different from you doing something wrong. I had to split those apart, because I felt like if I'm apologizing that I did something wrong, but I didn't do it on purpose. I did it by mistake, But the reality is the other person don't really care about that one way or the other. They just want to know that you recognize the hurt for the most part. And so once I made that transition, it was able to come a lot easier, and I was able to get by, help, patch up things much quicker.
I say this now, and this is one of the things that I live by with my apologies. Do I want to be right, or do I want to be happy? So that when I realized that part, like I recognize that I did, if I didn't do something wrong, but I recognize that it made them feel some type of way.
Right. Yeah.
So I can stand on, well, I ain't wrong for what I did, or I could be like, you know what, this is worth salvaging. Let me make it right, and then we both can be happy. Or whatever the situation may be, everybody can be happy.
Right.
Now, I got a brother. My brother won't apologize if he didn't do anything wrong. And
from his own perspective.
And I from his perspective, we was in a situation to where he didn't do anything wrong, but he offended somebody.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel that he offended them. He just told them they weren't used to hearing the word no. And he told them no, and he stood on it. And I was so disrespected, but you weren't disrespected. I didn't feel that he was disrespected. So he was asked to apologize. And you're like, I don't apologize if I ain't did anything wrong. And I understood him in this situation. But it came down to the person that asked him to apologize. Just so I can appease them, I'm going to apologize to the person that felt that he did them wrong, but he didn't. So I understand like I say, mine is I'm gonna apologize because I'd rather be happy than right. But when he didn't want to apologize, I felt him because I'm like, I wouldn't apologize either. Because
a lot of that goes to who? A lot of that goes to who it is. Is it somebody that you want, or is it just some?
Well, I'll say this. So what happened was we were having a surprise party for my dad, and his wife wanted to bring her granddaughter. But this is a adults only party. And my brother say, no, she can't come. That's all it was. No, she can't come. He didn't say it in a disrespectful manner. It's just, this is an adult party. No kids. And that would have been the only kid there. So no kids coming. And she felt so disrespected because he told her she couldn't come. I feel my brother. I'm with him. I stand with you. No, the kid can't come because we agreed. So my dad said, man, can you just apologize? And just to appease my dad, he did apologize, but I don't think he should have had to apologize because we said a kid can't come to an adult party.
Yeah, it was already established too, right?
Yeah, it's established. Yeah. I got kids. My brother got kids. Our kids can't come. What makes you think that your granddaughter can come? She can't. You know, it was under. Who want a kid at their 60th birthday party?
Yeah, he better than me on that one.
Yeah.
What, to apologize?
Yeah.
And that's what we say. So that's the point.
Because I don't even see what she could have been offended by. There's no kids. That's in the rules. That's just, you know.
She's not used to hearing nobody tell her no. That's basically what it boiled down to. And that's so when it comes down to it, do you apologize or do you be like, I ain't apologizing?
But that's why I say it depends on who it is. Because if it's some random who told me, you get over it. But if it's somebody and that's why I use the situation. If it's somebody who you care about, as you say, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right?
Yeah.
You know, that's when the moral standards come in.
So DVP, that you want to be happy, you want to be right. That I don't think that applies before like 30, because
before 39.
Before 30, man, I would have took a bullet. You could have hit me with a bat. You could have done, and I ain't apologizing, man. I just ain't doing it. It wouldn't happen, man. So my question is, do you think what's the point? Why are apologies for black males so difficult? You know, at that age or before that age, why is it so difficult? Do you think it's because of our history and our upbringing? Did we get raised that way? What you guys think on that?
It's the Donald Trump theory. Apology shows weakness. We're taught to never show weakness, and because we are, if we're honest, we're last in emotional development because we think that saying certain things shows a weakness that we can't articulate or we've never experienced because we're so big on always being strong. I mean, hell, we tell kids who get hurt, don't cry. So you mean to tell me my leg broke and I'm just supposed to sit here and man up? You got to be shitting me.
Yeah, man,
you got to be shitting me.
Throw some dirt on it. You be all right.
And you know, like I said, we joke about it now, but like, I don't think Mark went to the tournament. Well, like I said, I played on the team. We lost 2 players on the break. We weren't good for nothing. We was crying while we were playing, but we didn't have an outlet because we didn't talk about the death at all. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about the death for 6 months. Nobody would bring it up. Nobody. Like, dude, we came in here with 12 people. We leaving with 10. We leaving one in the hospital. The other one, Grayson. But it was never talked about. Never. So it was just grief that was building up. And men don't know how to do this. It would have been great. It sucks. It would have been great if we'd have had some women with us on that trip. They would have taught us what to do. But we didn't. It was just a bunch of dudes.
You don't make sure you
And
make sure these people do
I would say realistically, it traumatized us. We didn't play good. We didn't talk. We didn't do none of the fellowship. And we tried to act like everything was normal. But again, who teaches us who teaches us this? And this is one of the reasons that for the most part, I'm always against them saying that boys need their father. I'm not saying they don't, but we need our mothers to teach us how to deal with emotions, because most guys aren't good at teaching other guys how to deal with emotion. We'd rather walk around that conversation, and I'm gonna just use you guys again. If I call when y'all crying, y'all don't want to deal with that too much. Y'all want to talk about something else quickly. When women call each other crying, man, they get their little bonbons or whatever, a glass of wine, they sit and talk. We don't really want to talk to each other when we're in tears. We want to go do something so we can get you out of that funk, because we don't want to talk about it. So our grief is never dealt with.
That's all right.
So we don't know how to deal with it. We can't teach nobody else how to deal with it because we don't know. Just man up, get over it. You still got bills to pay. You're gonna have this, and that's the basic concept for dudes. So when we apologize, it's a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Accepting accountability when we may be wrong means, again, I was wrong. We're not taught to be wrong. We're taught to be right or overpowered. If I ain't right, I'm gonna force my way into being right, and that's just something that we got to work on as a sex and as a race.
I look at it differently. I think at that age we didn't apologize because part of you right. We were never taught to apologize, because one thing that I know, and it was very rare, that adults apologize to kids when they were wrong. So as you're growing up, once you get to adult, I ain't wrong. So if I ain't wrong, why do I have to apologize? And it stayed with us. So all the time we apologize for kids, even though we were right. When we got older, like I ain't gotta apologize. I ain't do nothing wrong.
Girl, come on.
I did nothing wrong. But now, once we get older and mature, we start to empathize with the other person. So now we look at it from two different point of views. When you're younger, you got your point of view, and you probably gung-ho about my way, right way, this way, and we move, and that's how we move. But as you get older, you start to empathize with the other person. Hey, maybe I did say that wrong. Maybe that wasn't the right thing to say, or maybe I said it the wrong way. We had to get past that, and I got it from listen to what I'm saying versus how I'm saying it, because that offends people. Yeah. So as you get older, you like, I ain't gotta apologize. I ain't do nothing wrong. I don't feel it. But when you get older, you start to empathize with the other person when they can have that conversation and say, hey, what you said, I didn't like.
And I'll add to that. Yeah. And so I definitely agree with both of those, but I'll add to that.
Thank you for calling. My name is Katrina. How may I assist you?
I never really got was somebody to explain to me the purpose of an apology. Right? They just tell you to apologize, right? Like
I'll be more than happy to
me what I'm doing that for. What's the purpose? What's the purpose of this apology? Right? And kind of like
thank you.
What both of you said, I think both of you it's a sign of weakness, right? Okay. Well,
I'm just gonna go ahead and call you.
You apologize. You're not really
no problem.
You're not really showing weakness. In fact, you're showing a strength because you're able to reach deep into your feelings.
Can you please spell your last name for me?
And talk about how you feel. But we don't get that way. My uncles, my father, everybody tuck your feelings away. Ain't no feel. You ain't got no feelings. We about to rip them. In fact, we gonna rip them feelings right out of you, man. You ain't got nothing.
And let me add this, because both of y'all said something and it hit me. You know who the only person who probably apologized us as kids? Our mothers.
Okay, Tom.
Not mine.
Not mine.
There were women who I can remember saying, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry." Or I don't remember any guys ever doing that growing up.
I believe that.
It always came from women.
Yeah,
always came. They were the ones who were always empathetic. You never saw that from a masculine figure. So apology became a feminine thing.
Facts.
The 31st of this month.
Yeah.
Because just think about it. Even we did stuff that wasn't their fault. When you hurt yourself, and I'm sure y'all still had this, y'all didn't realize. They grab and say, "Oh, baby, I'm sorry." What are you sorry for? We kept hearing it from them. I'm sorry. They patting you. They holding you. Okay, baby. I'm sorry. And they sorry that we failed. But the only sorry that we really got came from the women in the community.
Yeah.
But guys were never. Dad, uncle, brother, they weren't sorry that we failed. They weren't sorry that we broke our arm. They weren't sorry that we was in pain. They weren't sorry that they couldn't do nothing about it.
This is for yourself,
But,
correct?
you know, like I said, even we got sick. Whether you were, I'm sorry you feel so bad. You know, we heard it in a female voice all the time. And I think that locked into our heads. That it only comes from a female voice. It's not what men do. You know, yeah, you know death, but I can't be sorry that you're in pain. I can't be sorry that I can't do nothing for it.
Thank you so much.
And that's one of those things that as we get older and we become the elders and the OGs, that we gotta let these boys. It's okay. It takes away nothing. It actually shows that you have the ability to negotiate. It makes you more valuable, because now you can relate to certain things, whether you mean them or not. You can relate to them. Let's say, why would they apologize to us for being sick? Why would they apologize because they couldn't take the pain away? None of us can take the pain away, but we heard it more from mothers than we did from any male figures in our life, for the most part.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, that apology from them was better than the medicine they were giving me. I tell you right now, I hear that apology, man, I feel so good. I'm like, oh man, I feel great.
That the driver needs to be
aware of. I don't know, mine was a little different. I failed.
You were bad though, man. So that count. You were bad.
You'll sit your ass down now. It wasn't all that. I told you not to do it.
When you got sick, I bet she babied your ass.
Hey, Mark, that's the school I come from, man. Yeah, I come from that school right there. Yeah.
Bet you'll sit down now. Bet you won't do that no more.
Hard head make a soft. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I heard that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but when y'all was sick, she was right there with y'all. She didn't say, "Don't get sick no more. I can't be taking off work." I ain't paying y'all no attention.
Yeah, nah, man. I didn't get that.
I don't know. You say that, but it sure will. Go to school, and if you feel bad, I'll come get you.
See?
It wasn't no stay at home.
Oh no, what about staying at home? They gotta go to work now.
You'll feel better. You'll feel better.
And if you don't go to school and get go to school and get them sick too. But you know,
yeah, you'll feel better once you get there.
Or go to the nurse's office when you get in school.
Hey, because you know if they miss work, you're gonna be homeless, so they can't let you stay at home.
Yeah, it's a different time then. It's different.
Lord knows Mark couldn't stay at home by himself because he was already tearing up shit, so that wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, like I said, a lot of it we got to get past some of the fake machismo that we grew up around that we know was unhealthy. You know, most of us didn't get hugs or kisses from any male figure. You know, nobody told us that. You know, most of us never even heard "I love you" from a male. And, you know, maybe granddad had said it, but it wasn't something that we did because we put so much value on masculinity that we end up, in my opinion, we end up emasculating our own selves because we came up with a fake definition of masculinity. Masculinity is being strong, never being weak, and never showing this and never showing that. And all it did was damage us in the long run. That's why we can hit each other and kill each other and not think nothing about it. Mark can step on my shoes. He can't say I'm sorry because that means he's weak. If you don't say I'm sorry, I got to do something or else I'm weak because I can't just let it go. So for him doing something simply step on my shoes to maintain credibility in my masculinity, I got to shoot it. I got to stab him. I got to do something.
And you said that DVD. This is a true story. I was at the bounce one night, and I know I'm in now 20, 30 deep, and you can't move. So you literally sliding your feet across the floor because you can't actually take steps. It's just that. And my foot slid into a dude's shoe. Boom. And he looked at me, "Hey, player, you kicked my shoe." I looked them in the face. I looked at the shoe, looked them in the face. They ain't new. I know I got 20 people behind me. I ain't got to throw not one punch. And that's the thing. He needs to show me that I kicked this shoe, and I need to show you that they ain't new. Now, what we gonna do? You know what I mean? And at that point, you're like, man, I'm just messing with your player. Dapped it up and kept it moving. But which that could have went a whole different direction because he got to show me that I kicked his shoes. And I got to show him that I ain't backing down because I kicked your shoe. So it's crazy because young and wild. Because that's how we was taught. We can't show weakness at no point.
Right, and it's never a negotiable place for it.
So,
you know, a simple "my bad" and it's gone. But you know, like we've grown to the point now we can say "my bad." We still ain't gonna say "I'm sorry." We'll say "my bad."
But it's equivalent in our community.
It's the equivalent because we don't want to say I'm sorry.
CVS for you.
I'm sorry is the correct phrase.
But no, because I was told
my bad.
My bad that you don't say I'm sorry.
Right. Because
sorry is a negative term. You don't want to say I'm sorry, so you're supposed to say I apologize.
Okay, still not my bad. My bad. My bad mean F you.
My bad mean I know I made a mistake.
So say it.
My bad.
See what you want to say? I apologize. I'm sorry for kicking your shoe. It's like my bad.
No,
that mean get over it.
I had an aunt that used to make us. When we apologize, we had to apologize for what we did.
Because that's a true apology.
I apologize. Tell them for what?
Oh my goodness! Jesus,
we had to tell them what we was apologizing for.
Right. Other than
I
that,
apologize.
You're supposed to say why. You know what, man? I'm getting rid of both of y'all.
Hey, man, everybody ain't come up on, like you, DVP.
But I didn't come up like this. This is just things I've come across because
as you got older,
I grew up the same way. We're not doing this. We're not. I'm sure both of y'all got into a fight with y'all best friend. Who apologized first? Nobody.
Nobody
taking
you just
accountability.
started playing the next day, like it didn't happen.
What I say? You don't acknowledge what happened. You don't even
talk about what's up, boy? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, you just got time throwing the football again. That was life.
The fight was real. Them punches being thrown was real. There was hatred and venom behind every single punch you threw and took. And after y'all got some sleep, when y'all saw each other again, y'all looked to see who was gonna speak first. Because again, whoever speak first is a sign of weakness. So y'all kind of got to give each other the eye. Y'all hope ahead and y'all proceed everything. Or if y'all lucky, y'all got a friend who said, "Man, y'all need to let that shit go." But somebody else,
people around, like
somebody else got to be the
play
icebreaker.
Sport, so you can't help but play with him.
Right, but you can't be
playing you mad.
Either one of y'all can't be the icebreaker. Somebody else needs to be the icebreaker for you because whoever breaks the ice first is the weakest. So it was still a power play going on. Because you can't just come on. Because most of these fights were resolved by mom. Most of these fights, mom said, "Hey, y'all ain't finna do this. Apologize."
No. You just start having to fight the person and say, "Baddest man hit my hand." That's who you fight now. Baddest man hit my hand, and you just got to swing on him, not the person you're supposed to be fighting.
It's 750. Mo, give us a financial tip.
Financial tip. Oh, well, so wait, hold on. I got to read this comment. Hold on, man.
Oh, she's saying she can just hit her voice.
You want to go back up, Kia?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, no, I gotta I gotta just somehow get the word out on your show. We gotta flash something up because I got a new page, I got some new courses, and people can come take advantage of those. But no really stock tip today. Just right now the market, just be cautious because y'all know what DT and his boy and his new boy, y'all know what they doing with the market. So just be cautious if you invest in today. That's all I'm gonna say.
And here's something my tax guy told me. How your savings accounts, and I talked about them before. For those of y'all that have your own business and you're going to end up having to pay taxes, when you're doing your end of month, you need to put talk to your tax guy, somewhere between 12 and 20% of your gross earnings. And I'm telling you to put in a high yield savings account. That way when you take it out, it's still earning money for you. If you just put in a regular savings account, it ain't doing that for you. But if you put in a high yield savings account, most of those are at least 12 months. That's when you're gonna pay your taxes. So you let that money make money for you, because you're gonna have to pay Uncle Sam anyway, but you might as well get something off of it.
And I'll just add to that, DVP, because that time cycle is the same time cycle as investing. That's nothing but investing. All you're doing is investing with a bank. That's the only difference.
And like I say, the only difference is, the only reason I don't tell you to invest that portion is because you can't afford to lose that, because you're gonna have to pay Uncle Sam. So you don't want to play. You want to play with that. Put it in the high yield savings account. You can look up. You can go to bank rate savings. You can see which ones are giving 5% or 4.5 or whatever. just go ahead and let that money make money for you. Now, I was true to tell you, don't invest that money in something else and hope, because Uncle Sam won't heals when he won't heals. Uncle Sam won't heal when he won't heals. He don't play that. I'll catch you later. If he catch you later, it's gonna actually cost you a lot more. But other than that, once you do that, invest the rest of it. But talk to your tax guy, your accountant, whoever it is that does your taxes, so you'll be ready for that. For those of y'all that own businesses, so y'all can stop being scared of the IRS. So they coming. As Mo said, this new DT system is coming for y'all. So y'all better be prepared ahead of the game. What you got for me, Mark?
What I got for you? Hey, man. Learn how to apologize to me, DVP.
Okay, I want all y'all to hear this. Mark, I'm so sorry that you're short. I truly believe, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for you being so short. I don't know what else to say. Why I'm apologizing. I apologize in full, and I mean it. If I had a wish for you, I would wish that you got to be at least 4'7".
That was an apology with an embedded insult in it, man.
I know.
I'm not. Don't accept that, Mark. Don't accept that, Mark.
I can't accept that apology with a backhand insult.
It came from. Okay. First of all, Mo, he 4'5" and a quarter, so me want him to be 4'7". That's a blessing. I don't know why you say that was a backhanded comment. Come on, Mo. I thought.
But DVP, I promise you, he probably running just as fast now as he did when he was in his 20s.
And I can still get open. I was the Fred Biletnikoff for my time. So that's only true football fans gonna understand that.
Oh yeah, you better know who Fred is.
If you put the ball close, I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna get open. I ain't gonna outrun you.
How you get open with knees like Steve Smith?
Listen, man. You remember the dude say, if you need 8 yards, give me the ball. If you need 13, I'm gonna get you 8. If you need 3, I'm gonna get you 8. That was me. I'm gonna get you 12 yards regardless of what you need. It can be 3rd and 20. I'm gonna get you 12. It can be 3rd and 1. I'm gonna get you 12. Anything more than 12, you better get one of the young boys for this hitch. Because at 12, I'm topping out. I remember one game I messed around and caught a bomb. And the dude had the nerve to fall. And I'm like, I got 48 more yards to go. This is not gonna happen. This ain't gonna happen. Referee talking about what you doing? I'm waiting for him to get up. I'm not gonna get tired. Listen, these 22 yards is the most I've done in one stretch at one time. I'm not finna do these other 40 by myself. Somebody gonna come catch and pull this flag. It ain't gonna happen. It's not happening. I'm built for 12 yards at a time. Every now and then I can give you 21. But 12 is, that's my median. So anyway, I enjoy having you fellas. We're gonna do some more. I'm gonna hit you up, Mark, offline. Okay. It may be later today or maybe tomorrow, but I think I need something from you. Mark, as always, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you letting me come on, man. I enjoy it.
I know, because you ain't got nothing else to do. What? Anyway, so I don't have to apologize. So
Mark, I need to get in touch with you. You work with what age group you work with? Teens.
He worked with Heights. He don't work with Asian. He worked with Heights.
High school.
Oh, high school. Yeah. I definitely. I got some programs for the high school kids, man, that I want to share with you. If they're interested, they can take them. It's all free. But DVP will hook us up, and I'll get you the information.
I'm not finna hook you up with that degenerate.
We're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out because I definitely need that information.
Yes, sir.
All right. Y'all know what it is. It's 7:55. I don't need a lingering. I won't be here next week, so I need for y'all to blow Mo up so he can do the show, and I'm gonna see if him and Mark can do it because I'm tired of y'all harassing me when I'm out of town.
If Mo want me to do it, I'll do it for you. I got you.
All right, so I'm gonna create a group chat and we'll talk. So we'll because Mo, you can.
I support him. Nah, he said he's gonna do it. I support him. No question.
I'm saying, don't you already have control of the room?
No.
Okay, I'll get with Roy. Make sure one of y'all can control it. I'll set everything up, and make sure Roy know what to do.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna create a group chat and we'll get on that. All right. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is. So next week, peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.
Peace out.
Don't sing, bro.